Hello. Right. And now I'll tell you a story. This is absolutely true. So I trained to be a teacher, and in one area of Eccles Hill in Leeds, which some of you may know, and there was a school called Eccles Hill High. So it's a high school. I'd never heard of that when I was down in One Drop. Welcome back to the world. The USA loves. Oh, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. So the USA loves you and the strength of your voice. Thanks. I might be coming to America in the beginning of next year. We'll see. I worked I went around with an EWO, which is called an Educational Welfare Officer. Now, I trained to be a teacher. I never taught, though, because I didn't love it. And it's certainly, you have to love it because you're not well paid and you work really hard. So this guy and I go to this house. And we go to these houses where these kids are not at school. And that's why you go and visit these houses, because the kids aren't at school. And these are 11 to sort of 18-year-olds. And this, and it was like something out of a Mike Lee movie, right? So it's grey and it's desolate. And there are literally people in blacked out BMWs dealing drugs. And there's more dog poo than you can imagine all over the pavement, and there's fridges and sofas and stuff in the front gardens, and about every fifth house is boarded up. It's like it would be quite difficult to imagine how you would thrive. And we went to this house, and there was like this gas fire, and there was this woman and this girl in the room. Now the girl, I think, was about 12, maybe 11, but she might have even been 13, but she looked really, really young. And when we came out, and she hadn't been to school for 13 weeks, and when we came out, the guy said to me, "Well, she's on the game, isn't she?" And I was 19, never even heard that expression. So I was like, "Oh, right." And goes, "Yeah, well, she's on the game, her mum's on the game, sister's on the game," like this. And so I was like, "Oh, right. What's the game?" And he said, "Oh, they're all prostitutes." And do you know what he did with that information? Absolutely nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. It wasn't even, he said it like, "Oh, well, she's broken a leg. She's not at school." Or it was really casual, matter of fact. He didn't care that this mother was selling her daughters out to be raped by men. And that's why this girl wasn't going to school, because her mother was allowing her to be raped by paying men, right? And so that was what, 93, 94? So what did I do? I didn't even look. This is not a good and well-ending story where I then thought, "Oh my God, I must do something about it." I just I was 19. I just thought, "Oh my God, that's so awful. There's girls who are prostitutes." I didn't think she's a victim of rape, for a start. I didn't think that. I don't even know what I thought. And I think I must have buried it, right? So I had quite a good time at university. And then years later, when I remembered this episode, I phoned the police and tried to sort of retrospectively report it, because I just thought, I've got this information and it's terrible. But I can't say that I was a really brilliant human. And then I picked up a campaign and I ran with it, and I tried to stop anybody else doing the same. I think possibly the way the guy said it made me think that it was acceptable. I have no idea. I think even if I was shocked, to be honest, if I'm really honest, I probably thought they were terrible. I probably didn't think it was terrible for that poor girl, which is, thank you, Charlie Alexander, to my shame. But then maybe that's what happened in those things. But I wasn't an adult. I was 19. I mean, I was legally an adult, but I wasn't an adult. I didn't understand anything about prostitution. I'd never even heard the word game. So, yeah.